Hello. Hello. How's it going? Uh, Happy Monday. Whitechapel. How are ya? Virtue. Hello to you. Scuffy. Scuffy, welcome in. Finn. Finn, 1 whole year. That's a big anniversary. Thanks for being such a good bud for this whole year. Fanny, how's it going? How are you? Um, iHeart, good morning. Happy Monday. Am I? Oh, you were muted. I'm like, oh no. That was not a bad greeting. I was like, I hope I don't have to repeat that. Speak up. Am I really too quiet? I can gain it up. You played yourself, yeah. ASMR booyah. Well, when my wife's home, I keep it a little lower, just a touch. And today is a holiday here, so she's home. It's Booyah SMR. No, we don't want asthma grandma. What holiday? Oh wait, I just noticed the date. Well, so it's Cinco de Mayo here, but that's not a holiday. Today it's in Japan it's Kids Day. And it's in the middle of a week called Golden Week where it's like four holidays, not back to back, but it's four holidays within a short period of time, and a lot of people take off the in-between days so they have off a nice long break. JB, how's it going? It's honestly, Deving is slow. I didn't touch the game this weekend. And last week, I kind of thought about what I got done. I streamed for like 2 hours every day, but maybe I got done like 30 minutes of work. You know, uh, s- s- this is a lesson uh in self care and getting enough sleep. I think sleep deprivation makes us stupid. It makes me stupid, and it affects my ability to focus. It affects my ability to think far. Like I can't think more than like a few minutes ahead of time. I can't plan anything, and I'm always tired. And I've been taking naps, and I keep falling asleep uh, before our usual bedtime. And just it's really important to get your sleep. Don't stay up and try and get that extra thing done. Get your sleep. You'll be stronger in the morning. As a as a morning person, you know, it's easy to say that. I mean, if you're a I don't know. Some people are just night people, and then you sleep late and you get your sleep anyway, so that's fine. This message is about me, and I don't like it. Yeah, Golden Week. Today is Kodomo no Heat. It's Kids Day. The problem is Twitch always mutes the stream when I open it. I always forget that happens. That's weird. Twitch seems to remember my last stream settings, so if it's muted and I open up a new one, it's also muted. Sorrow, how's it going? Kids Days, cool sounding holiday. Yeah, the park was crazy. I think tomorrow's Sports Day. But there's literally a holiday called Sports Day. I think it's tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then it's soon. Yo, D boy. Good morning, D boy. Uh, I really appreciate you checking out the demo the other day. It's like an hour long diversion. I did not intend for you to do that, but it's very nice of you. I got some interesting. I observed some interesting things that I haven't observed with other people, so that was good. I had a brain fart. Your Japan, not May the 4th. Yeah, no, I totally missed May the 4th. Yeah, I totally missed it. Zandanoa, Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. How are you? Everyone, shout out to Mr. D-Boy. I was checking his stream out a couple days ago. Very, very warm and welcoming person. Appreciate it. I'll get my mods. Oh yeah. So like my game is the game that everybody who plays it is like, oh, my partner would love this. Oh, my girlfriend would love this. Oh, my wife would love this. You're the first person to say, oh, my mom would love this. That cracked me up. Oh my god. Okay, that's a first. That's a first. Has anyone said my ex would hate this? When you say ex, do you mean as ex is a variable or like my ex partner? Like Twitter. Marred. Variable. Nah, no one said that to me yet. People are generally nice. It's a compliment. I can't get her to play anything besides Stardew. I mean, that's amazing that your mom plays Stardew. But if you were young, your mom's probably also young. So, yeah. What have I been doing this whole time? What have I been working on? I've been working on like little things here and there, and I've been struggling to get through it, right? You've all seen me struggle. I'm so tired. I make mistakes. It's a slog. Is that the right word? Who cares? And I want to finish this game. Something Aaron said on his stream the other day really made me think twice about what I'm doing here. He said, uh, just fucking release it already. And that's great advice. I need to figure out a plan to release and stop adding features. So, in an effort to not make any more features, I think I'm going to review my overall story that I want to tell and implement the story. Goose Goose, how's it going? Welcome in. Just going around asking questions, but ever used to hit... What? What kind of question is that? Yag, how's it going? So skiing minigame, no. Yo, Grumble, that bar was good, right? Right? Was he friendly? Was it busy? My body is ready for release. My body's not ready. Everybody makes mistakes. Everyone has those days. It's been like a month for me, and it's directly related to the dog. 100% directly related to sleep deprivation and dog care. But that's okay. The dog is worth it. But we're gonna find the balance, and we're gonna get this game done. Harish, how are ya? My only worry is the map and finding people. Yes. So the things I noticed with your playthrough, and I'm sure a lot of other people have had this issue. I've seen it a little bit in other people's playthroughs. Is that I mark things on the map that are hotspots. I mark hotspots that guests can visit, but everyone uses the map as locations, and they see locations like the question mark. People see the question mark on the diner, and when they enter the diner, the question mark doesn't go away like you discovered it because it's a hotspot that you don't learn from visiting it. It's a hotspot that's given to you over time. So that's confusing. I've created a confusing system. Now, to remedy that, I could either learn that hotspot when you enter it, and then it'll make more sense, or I could have more things to hover over. You know, I can have hotspots and locations selectable so you can see them. Remove the restaurant. Yeah, I'll just remove the restaurant. It's probably about half capacity. We got in immediately, but yeah, it was fun. Nice. That's great. That's great. Yeah, that was my favorite place. Did he make you something weird and interesting, or did he make you something regular? Hotspots are for guests. Yeah. So when you go up to a guest, you can recommend that you when you say like, "Can I recommend? Do you need any recommendations?" And that brings up the map, and you pick a hotspot for them to go visit. You're basically picking a place for them to go. You're picking a recommendation for them to go visit. So that's what that is. You're discovering all these different locations through different means and not just like walking up to it. Val, how's it going? I think that when you enter Oriel's store, you learn Oriel's antique store as a hotspot, and I think I just need to make it so that when you enter Melissa's store, you learn that hotspot as well. That's done. I had 3 drinks. I did get something regular and weird. They have a wild version of an old fashioned. That's awesome. 3 drinks. That's perfect. My second question I was gonna say, how many did you get? So they should not be a thing until you get those mechanics with your guests. So you can make it so that when this is happening, for example, go back to the restaurant, talk to the NPC, and ask if that restaurant could be a hotspot for your guests. I like the idea of not even showing them until you have your guests. Like you can't discover hotspots, but some of them you do discover by just walking up to them. So it's gonna to have to visit it twice is a little strange. Like the picnic tables in the forest. Would I not give you the hotspot when you enter it? I do. There is a tutorial that like pops up that says this is a hotspot. This is for guests. But not everyone's gonna read it, and that's expected. If I had 4, I would have fell down those stairs. Oh yeah, he's got crazy stairs, right? Were they super steep? I can't remember. I remember being very narrow or something. Oh, but I wanted to propose something to you, Grumble. I'll send you a message later. Send you a private message later. But yeah, I want to finish this game. I want to finish it. So what do I got to do to finish it? Well, here's my proposed story. And I think I need some like it needs some work about creating drama and creating I don't know, some kind of sense that you're doing this for a reason and not just doing this for no reason. Do I want to review this right now? I feel like the only time I get to work on this is on stream, so I feel like I have to. This is really hard to it's really hard to like zero in on story elements for some reason on stream. Early access it and release it now. I don't think that's the right move. I don't think I can work fast enough to satisfy people who buy early access games. They expect constant updates. Plus, I frequently break the game so that past save files don't work. And I think early access players get very upset by that. Or never finish it. No, it's not an option. I meant EA. Oh, I see. I see what you did there. That's what I'm doing? You're going to give it to EA? EA Sports. I'll finish it later. It's in the queue. I like your flowchart. Can the player's choices affect the story? No, I don't have any splintering storylines right now. I was following the Pirate Software guide to make a game design document, but it's not visually good enough for me to organize and take an overall look at my game mechanics, progression, etc. What do you recommend to do this kind of stuff? Well, I use Miro. Miro is a node-based. It's like a note canvas, you know. So I use this to design things. So right here, this is my story flow. This is the flow of my story with it's like super broad. What I do, so I have this really broad story beat flowchart. And this right here, this is like characters' dialogues. I've been writing some general conversations in all of these boxes. So this is where I'm doing a lot of my character dialogue. I have this more fancy color-coded flowchart, which it's kind of like this broad flowchart, but it gets a little more nitty-gritty with what conversations hooked up to the quests, some ideas about quest rewards, who you got to talk to, what you're going to discover. I have some more things here about, so here I'm working on like what crops are available in what seasons and how to balance that. So I have like this nice visual graph of what crops should I have and when should they be farmable and how much they should cost and whatnot, and how long they should take to grow. And then I have like, it's just like a place. This is where I like figured out what the game loop was. Like, what is the game loop? You know, I literally made a loop of nodes: attract new guests, provide a quality in experience, acquire resources, and craft, you know, build decorations, design rooms, expand amenities, level up your inn, do outreach and advertisement to attract new guests. You can entertain them, keep food stock, do classes, maintain and clean the inn, provide in quality. So even in this loop, I have like what happens, like what is the task? Expand the museum, explore the wilderness, befriend townsfolk. And then improve the town is like it's like a double loop. So this is kind of how I've been designing things. I don't use a game design document either. I think that's a way. I think most experienced game devs will tell you it's a good way. I probably agree, but I just don't feel like making one. I tried making one. I don't feel like it. I have some progression. I had some ideas about how to progress. Like, what does progression mean in the game? This was like me trying to figure out like how I should map out the way the game works. Your impersonation of EA Sports guy sounds like a moody teenager. I'm pretty much a moody teenager. Is it free? Yeah. Go to Miro.com. It's free. It's free. There's also there's other things you can use. You can use Obsidian. I also use Obsidian to keep track of like my day to day, and they have a system just like Miro that I could use, like this drawing plugin, which it's kind of the same. You can build nodes, you can draw directly into it, you can write text. So I use this. Here was like, I heard of this thing called a verb flowchart, and it was like just throw down all the verbs of the things you can do and put them in a flowchart to see how they interact with each other. And it kind of links up it like shows what your game loop is from the inside out. And it can kind of like tell you a little bit if your game is balanced enough. Like if you have something like really heavy in one direction, it could just maybe mean it's focus. I mean, it doesn't tell you anything really. It could just mean that you're very focused and have a very clear linear game that just does one thing, and it could do it right, and that's fine. I mean, it doesn't tell you anything whether it's good or bad. It just shows you all the things you can do, and yeah, it's something I was trying. I don't think I did this properly though. I don't think I did it right. Yeah, here's something. Whenever I like design a new system, I like to pop into this to draw it out a little more detailed than in Miro. Even though in Miro, I think you can draw. I think you can. But I like how Obsidian is. Can you just draw? Yeah, you could just draw. You could definitely draw. But yeah, you can use these two things to help. Mard, what is chore resources? What did I say? Did I write something wrong? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I couldn't finish yesterday's Akari. Is it in the archive? May 4th. Oh, it is. I couldn't finish this. The only one I got was like this, which also led me to have to do, I think, this one. I think I figured out that this one had to be. And Wardstone got in like 40 seconds. Jesus Christ. Wardstone's a beast at this. I just can't, I couldn't figure it out at all. Or was it this one? No, it wasn't this one. I'm pretty sure it was. No, it was this one. I think it had to be this one. No. This one? Because if you do this, it just couldn't be down here. So it had to be this, but it couldn't be this for some reason. I don't remember. I give up. I don't know if this is normal, but the more I think about my game, the less attractive it feels. Still, every time I share the overall idea with others, they say they would definitely play it. Maybe it's like when you listen to a song too many times and it gets tired. I guess I'll know for sure once I finish a playable demo. Yeah, I can relate with that. There's moments where I think about my game and I'm just like, this sucks. I didn't get that initial feeling though for a while, so I kept going with it. Now I'm in too deep, so I just gotta finish it. But yeah, it's gonna happen sometimes. It's okay. Just keep going. Keep going. All right. So yeah, I wanna finish this game. What do I need to do to finish this game? The problem is a lot of the stuff I have to do is writing. I have to just write stories and dialogue, and I hate doing that. I hate writing dialogue. That's the problem. That's what's so I'll like think about like, oh, okay, I have like a mountain of dialogue I need to write. I'm gonna go make a new mechanic. I'll do that instead. Sketchy. Decaf wave. How going? Yeah, how are you? How have you been? Sketchy. 9. I love writing and storytelling. I have a folder with thousands of pages for ideas. Wow, thousands. I kind of like I like storytelling. I just don't I hate committing. That's my problem. I can't commit to something. I can think of like a story, but then I'm like, is that a good one? I don't know. Or I'll think of something that sounds like a fun idea, but that doesn't fit. Oh, that's too fun. I have a hard time committing to something, especially if it's outlandish. I hate cliches. I hate uh, unrealistic situations. I have a big issue with plot holes, so you know, I struggle with committing to wacky conflict. It's also like conflict bothers me. I'm very conflict adverse. I so I hate writing conflict. I have a really hard time fabricating conflict as someone who just absolutely hates conflict. Trying to rekindle my love for all my projects. Been a rough few weeks. My dad passed away. Oh man, Decaf, I'm very sorry. He's been the biggest support for everything I do. Decaf, I'm very sorry to hear that. That's a big blow. That's a big blow. My condolences. I've been writing stuff since I was 14. Almost went for a writing career. Thank God I didn't. I mean, right now the writing world is a little beat up. I think the writing world's a little beat up. Decaf, you're going through some shit right now. You'll come out the other side. I promise. You'll come out the other side and you'll find a way. And if working on these projects isn't what you like to do anymore after that, that's okay. It's okay. But you might eventually realize that you still love doing it. You're just in a place right now that you're just not ready. Can't touch it, and that's okay. Just take as much time as you need. Game dev will always be here for you, or whatever projects you're working on. Seriously, they will be here. Just take as much time as you need. Keeping the brain busy helps, yeah. Being around people helps. So I'm just gonna go through what I have so far. Up until here, where does my tutorial end? Okay. The tutorial ends here. But I have this town hall meeting. Oh my god. Yo, Balint. Shout out to Science Streams, everybody. How was your stream today? I saw you were playing Star Wars games. It's not. I missed May the 4th. It's May the 5th for me. It's Cinco de Mayo. I'm gonna go eat tacos today. Lodoc, welcome in. Tatum, how are you? Scully. Welcome in, Raiders. If you don't know who I am, my name is Andrew. I'm working on a cozy life sim Innkeeper-Sim called Alpine Lake. Balint plays my trailer so often and shouts me out so often. This is it. This is the trailer. Bado, how's it going? Thank you for the hydrate. Revenge of the Sith game raised over $1,200 for the Lupus Foundation of America. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I was lurking in your stream, but I was out and about all day. I just had your stream up. Ants. Yeah, welcome in, everybody. Balint, is there anything you'd like to share? So for those that don't know, Science Streams is a team, a science PhD holding team that do science communication and fun stream stuff, games, art, tinkering, crafts, all sorts of stuff. Just a generally wholesome place to be. Seriously, I'm there every day. And if I'm not, it's because it's the weekend and I'm out. But if it's a weekday and I'm sitting in my chair and Science Streams is on, I'm there. Guaranteed. But yeah, welcome in, everybody. That's what I'm working on. I'm sure a lot of you have seen my shout outs that won't stop. Like the shit. Scully, how are ya? Today it's a slow Monday. I'm just coming off the weekend and it's so nice out. It's like one of those days that's like really hard to be inside. It's 72 and sunny with a cool breeze, and Yeah, it's just my brain's outside right now. It's not inside working on this. But I'm trying to figure out how to finish. I want a path. I want a clear path to finishing this game. So what I was gonna do is I was gonna do an overview of what the story is and try and figure out what it needs. I guess it's gonna be a little spoilery. I mean, I don't think people care. Listen, if anyone like has intentions of playing this game, the story that I'm going to describe today may or may not make it. Hopefully it does. Scully, show a new puppy pic. Okay. But yeah, the story that I do come up with today, it may or may not make it. We'll see. Do I have one? Of course I have one. I have a billion of them. This one's from a few days ago. There he is. He's so much bigger now. Oh my God. Wait a minute. That's crazy. Here he is outside. Actually walking forward, which is rare. He's always upside down. He's always upside down. This is him getting a pat. That's the new puppy. That's the thing that's making me sleep deprived. But I didn't have to wake up in the middle of the night to let him relieve himself last night for the first time, and that was nice. I finally got a full night's sleep. Oh wow, that dog, that's a global emo corgi derp? That's amazing. That looks exactly like, well, not really. Kinda. But yeah, he's gonna be a derpy corgi for sure. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I'm gonna go through some basic story beats, and I just need to wrap it up in a little bow. I wanna like tie up what the ending is. And I'm trying to think about what Stardew Valley, like what is the conclusion of Stardew Valley? There really isn't one. It's kind of like, yeah, Jojo Mart closes. That's pretty much the conclusion. Jojo Mart closes, and you finish the community center. Jojo Mart closes. I mean, sorry if I spoiled that for you, but that game's like 15 years old. But Lynn, you're always saying mean things about Stardew Valley, and then inserting my game right after that. You can't spread hatred. You have to be. We love all games, and the only reason why I use Stardew Valley as a reference, as like as a North Star, is because it's a beautiful, perfect game. I never finished Stardew. I get bored before that. Yeah. I mean, it's not for everybody. Definitely not for everybody. You get to the ending of Stardew when you 100% it and go up that little staircase near the top left corner where the train is. See, I don't see that as that's like for achievement warriors. I don't think that's like the end. I think the end. I guess that's the beauty of Stardew Valley. Everyone has their own end. Everyone makes their own end. And for me, the end is Jojo Mart closing and you finish the community center. It's not perfect, but it's so beloved and so forgiven. Like I think its faults are very forgiven. Uh, that to me, it's like kind of the perfect game. Yeah, of course it has faults. Every game has faults. Even AAA games that thousands of people work on, they all have faults. But the fact that it is what it is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. So Blint, when you say like, you know, Stardew Valley's nothing. This game, I mean, I know you're joking. We all know you're joking. Uh, but it feels, I don't want to hate on it. I love that game. I don't want to hate on it. For me, the end is being efficient with the farm and retiring. That's a good concept of what the end means. I definitely, when I didn't actually stop playing at the Jojo Mart moment and the community center moment. I actually stopped playing when my basement was 100% filled with barrels. My greenhouse was 100% filled with starfruit because I kept making new seeds. And every barrel had like a starfruit wine. Was it starfruit? Whatever the most expensive fruit is. I think it was starfruit. But yeah, I had a starfruit wine in every barrel and a starfruit growing in maybe 80% of my greenhouse. And then and sprinklers, watering them every day. And at that point I was like, okay, what now? What am I doing? So maybe my ending was your ending, Danilo. Kind of had the same experience. But it felt like end game. It felt like post credits game. It didn't feel like main game. It felt like, oh, I'm just gonna do this for me. I barely started Stardew. I think I made a character and was afraid to continue past that. However, I've replayed Buya's demo multiple times. That's how it'll end for me. If I continue, it feels right. Yeah. There's an island you can go to in Wholesale. I did try that. When it came out, I tried it. I did as much as I could until it got grindy. There was a moment where it got grindy. Stardew isn't like a game like Pokemon, though. Even after post game with Pokemon, you can battle online. Competitive Pokemon is its own. Yeah, multiplayer games that's a whole other story. Endless multiplayer games. It's a whole other thing. I just want to make. I don't think I want to make a game as big as Stardew. I'm very happy to pare it back. Stardew takes 20 to 30 hours to finish. I'm okay taking 10 to 20. Maybe that's my problem because really I'm gunning for an infinite experience. Because if I reference Stardew so much, then that's what I'm going to come out with. I'm going to come out with something that's endless and doesn't come to an end, and I don't really want that. Coco, how's it going? Science raid. No, you're good. It just happened. Welcome in. How are you? Well, but let me do an overview. I'm gonna do an overview right now. This is what the story is. You tell me what you think. I'm gonna make a new. No, I don't want a new note. I want a new Excalibur. So you open your inn. You move into town, right? Move into town. This is the overall game. You move into town. You learn how to open your inn. This is the tutorial phase. And in the tutorial phase, you are meeting everyone, learning the terrain, town, NPCs, or shop, I don't know. Hotspots, I'll just say hotspots. And establishing the motivation. And the establishing the motivation, I'm not sure I do this yet, so I do need to work on that. So what happens after this is basically the demo. This is all the demo is. It's you move into town and you're just kind of getting a feel for the place. And I trickle in the motivation by introducing a character that is like a conflict. This guy Jarf, who's a total asshole. And if you don't talk to Jarf, you don't realize what's going on. It's just a pleasant experience with no point. But if you do meet Jarf, it like kind of takes you down a path that's like, well, what is this guy doing? It doesn't seem good. I think Stardew takes longer than 20 to 30. I would guess 100. Well, I guess, yeah, that goes back to like what you consider the end is. I think if you rush, I think if it's your first playthrough, maybe 30 to 40 hours is more correct. Coco, I think I'm doing good. I have a little bit of a headache. I had a champagne lunch. I had a fancy champagne lunch, so I have a little bit of a headache, but I'm gonna make it through. I need water. Mm. We went to some like Italian place, got pizza and some champagne. It was nice. It's a beautiful day out here. We wanted to go for a walk and eat somewhere outside. I hated to talk to every NPC in the town. I did too. I do have that quest, but it's not for like all 30 NPCs. It's for only the major 5. I don't make you meet every single one. Did you know Coco Confession is a legend and a half? Yes, I watched. I'm pretty sure I watched your interview. Right? Wasn't Coco? Are you the organizer of the lupus the lupus charity that's Balint was participating in today? Because if that's the case, then I do remember, and I'm pretty sure I watched like the whole interview. And I'm very familiar with the legendary status. But I have not been able to catch a stream. Let me see if I hit follow. I didn't. Oh my god, I'm following now. Okay. Okay, so I am remembering correctly. I will say my memory is pretty terrible most of the time. Steven, how's it going? Bro, I'm moving to Kamakura. Where is Kamakura? That sounds far. But yeah, so what I was saying before is like, I don't make you meet everybody. It's 1 hour south, cute Ghibli seaside town. That sounds nice. That sounds cool. There we go. So high up. Couldn't sit up straight. Okay, so what's after this? What's after this? Establish the motivation. Learn how to open your inn. So here in this next phase of the game, what do I want the player experiencing? What do I want the player feeling? Well, I want the player to feel like as they make their inn, as they level up their inn, it helps ward off the threat. I need to make innkeeping and threat reducing symbiotic and directly proportional to each other. They need a direct relationship. So what does that even mean? Obviously, you raise money when you have your inn and you meet NPCs. So I think the idea is that little conflicts will arise from the source from like the antagonistic source, and that the visitors of your inn and the money you make from your inn should be able to solve those problems. And I need to mix it up in a way that feels fresh and not too repetitive. You know, everyone has to come in with like a different solution. So I think I need a few moments, a few pivotal story beats that you work toward and you eliminate in terms of conflict. And then I think the conclusion is that the antagonistic forces, they finally go away, or they, maybe they turn good. Maybe they were always good. Maybe some stupid twist. Probably not. Maybe we just classic kick them out. Doesn't have to be too complicated. So in terms of what the antagonistic force is, antagonist? How do I spell antagonist? I think that's it. Let's just say the big box company, the big box company. Big Box Co. This is the antagonistic force. It's Big Box Co. What does that mean? Well, big box company usually means like a department store, right? That sells big items or something, like Costco or Target or I don't know, something. But what Big Box Co. is in this game is literally a company that makes boxes. It's like a storage facility, warehouse, box company. And they want to chop the forest down because they need bigger and better boxes. They need premium, high quality boxes. They want to sell, or they want to sell the best boxes, and they need the best forest to be chopped down to get the best boxes. So, and they want to buy the town so the town doesn't complain because they can't. And they want to shut down the forest, take over the town, raise the forest, kick everyone out, that kind of stuff. So this is the force. This is the evil force. And these are the things I need to communicate to the player. So big box company, right? They want to raise. Is that the right spelling of raise? I hate spelling. Jibbin 007. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Antagonist. Cyant agonist. I hope everyone gave Cyan Streams a follow. Seriously, did I not explain that well enough that you needed to follow the Cyan Streams? I hope I made myself clear. Our cardboard is made from 100% freshly chopped wood, nothing recycled, only the best. Yes, the freshest, most natural, organic boxes this side of the Simimipi. All the locations are backwards, not this side of the Pebbly Mountains. Soul, how's it going? Yo, Fizzbuzz. They want to raise, I'm just going to type it, raise the forest. That looks like it's correct. Raise the forest to provide massive storage facilities and giant boxes. The biggest trees make the biggest boxes. I wonder if I can tie in the fact that it's a redwood forest. Like there's a section in the game that is a redwood forest. Maybe that's like the sacred spot, and they want control of those trees because they have they have to make the boxes out of the redwood. There's some like oil baron from overseas that really needs boxes. Or maybe like instead of oil coming, how like water, there's like this big push that water should be coming in boxes. There's like the boxed water company. Maybe oil should be coming in cartons as well, like cartoned oil. And no, that's silly. I'm doing good. What about you guys? What's the haps today? Today I'm just like I'm going light. I'm just talking about story a little. I need to figure out all the story beats I want to hit so I have a clear roadmap of what I'm doing. Wait. You're making boxes out of redwoods. Riots. Yeah, right? So right there, that's conflict. I think universally, if you know what a redwood tree is and you learn that they want to make boxes out of redwood trees, that's pretty big conflict. It's not violent. No one's getting hurt or dying. And that's also what I'm trying to do is like, it's really hard. I gotta say, it's very hard to make a video game that has no violence in it. Violence is so easy to just fall back on as a video game mechanic because I don't know, it just is. It is the rawest, most base value of conflict is just violence. So to make an intriguing video game that has no violence, it's like, I don't know, it's not easy. It's not easy. Yes, 100% agree. Violence is easy. Yeah, like you want to win something, and you have an opposing force. Oh, just like make a game where you kill the opposing force. Easy. So like, how do you make a game that's not that? It just gets complicated. The branding designs of this company would probably honestly go super hard. Yeah, it would have. It has to be like a super like techie, obnoxious techie box company. Like I don't know what it would be, but Barnaki, I feel called out. Why do you feel called out? Because of violence? Nah. Honestly, I wish I was making a game about violence. This is like a coincidence. It's like a coincidence that I tried to make this game that had no violence in it, and then as I'm going, I'm just like, wait, this is freaking hard. People love the idea of some guilt-free killing. It's gross to me. Yeah, but it's like satisfying, I guess. You know, I'm playing Oblivion right now, and I do, I don't kill innocents. I don't, and I didn't join the Dark Brotherhood when they thought I killed someone, but I, it's very easy to just mow people down, and you think nothing of it. Every game's like that. What is this link? What is this link? Yeah, this is like when you Google nature logo. They all kind of look like this. They have this style. Michael, how's it going? Each time I play Knights of the Old Republic, I end up on the dark side, even if I try not to. Booyah, the good guy. I am a neutral guy trying to be good. I think that's my identity. I'm like very neutral. I wouldn't say I'm good or bad. In the D&D matrix of good, neutral, and evil, I'm probably like, what are they? Chaotic neutral, true neutral, and what are the I'm the other one. What's the third one? But yeah. But I want to be good. Like that's always my thing. I know I'm neutral, but I want to be good. I'm just chaos. I'm always evil karma in every game that allows it. What does that say about you, Soul? It means you have nothing to make up for. I have so much. I have to be good in games because I have to make up for all the terrible evil things I do in real life. At least let me be good in games. Also, Bart, welcome in. Bardaki, how are you? Violence peppered in makes it more impactful. Like Papers, Please was shooting, has shooting in it, and it's pretty insane. I mean, if there's violence that you're not causing, I mean, that you're indirectly causing violence, but you're not the one pulling the trigger, which makes it super impactful that that's happening around you. Because that's generally a game about paperwork. Literally, it's called Papers, Please. And then your choices can cause violence. I think that's different than a game where you're running and gunning people down. I think that's a little different. I'm okay with that as a storytelling element, um, because that's not part of the game loop conflict that you're designing. Papers, please, please, you pull the trigger. I mean, it's it's different though. It's a little different. A little different. I feel guilty when I'm not good in games. Can't even kill my Sims. No, I can't do it. Let me be clear. Let me be clear. There's nothing wrong with violent video games. I am totally fine with them. I will play GTA 6 when it comes out. I will mow people down when they tell me to mow people down. I will also thoroughly enjoy myself doing it. The only thing I'm saying is that it's just really hard to not make a game like that. Why do I now imagine Papers, Please is a game where you play a border control officer? Wait, it is. What do you mean? Bardak, you do not know what Papers, Please is? Because that's literally what Papers, Please is. You are a border... Did you not know this? No, you're messing with me. You're messing with me. Yeah, you are a border control officer for a make-believe, what seems like Eastern European country in a conflict, an area of conflict. And it's every day you do border control, and you have to check people's papers to see if you let them in or you decline their access to the country. That's the whole game. You make sure their paperwork's in order, and you make sure they're legally allowed to enter the country. And every day there's new rules. Sometimes they add paperwork that is required. Sometimes they remove it. Sometimes they inform you that, like, to look for a special person or keep an eye out for something. And then the game throws some scenarios at you that are really difficult. It's very good. It's a very good game. No, Blint, it is. All right, so yeah, this is the antagonist, Big Box Co. We need to learn about Big Box Co. And we need to figure out what is Big Box Co. Are they pure evil? Maybe there's like a CEO that like thinks they're doing good. I don't know. Like because they can say like locally made. They can say all these buzzwords that mean good things in society. It's organic. It's local. It's made. It's not. I mean, I don't use America. I'm not using the setting of America, but it's made in America. It's made here by us. No imports here. Just local made. And but yeah, they got to chop down redwoods to do it. So I want them to be like this like beacon of what a good company looks like, and then still like do evil things. Because it's not far off. Not far off than what they all literally do. I don't know why every cozy game has to be anti-capitalist, but it just does. It's required. What if they're a big donor to the Children's Leukemia Fund? iHeart, why you gotta be like that? Honestly, what they should do is like, we plant trees. We don't for every tree we knock down, we plant one, and then it could just be like these tiny little bushes that surround the building. Nothing as cozy as tearing down the oppressive establishment. I mean, I will say I want to keep this lighthearted. I don't want it to be too intense. So just the idea that's like big box company. We make big boxes. That's pretty much it. That's the whole idea. CEO, wait, is Japanese man with rich family history of traditional woodworking, which was pushed out in the 50s by corporate plastic production. Wait, what are you talking about? Steven, where'd that come from? Bardaki, thank you for the lurk. So what is Big Box Company trying to do? So there's two things. There's two things that are happening right now. There's the sale of the town and the decommissioning of the national forest. So the national forest story. These are going to be a little independent. And then there's the town sale. So Big Box Company, what they're trying to do. Oh my God, Arya. Arya, welcome in. Yag, Erend, Arya, welcome in. Welcome in, Raiders. Arya, how was your stream? What'd you do today? Everyone shout out to Arya. If you don't know who Arya is, she's an educator, 3D artist, game designer, does it all. Plays games. We playing some Dinkum today. I looked at the charts for highest grossing games on Steam recently, and Dinkum is number 3. Like, you go to gamealytics.com, and then number 3 top grossing game is Dinkum right now. This game came out years ago. What is happening? Did it just have like a 1.0 release? Also, Raiders, welcome in. If you don't know who I am, my name's Andrew. I'm working on a cozy life sim game just like Dinkum, but it's called Alpine Lake, and you run an inn. They just released their 1.0 recently, like end of April. Wow, okay. Congrats to them. $18 million. 1.2 million copies sold. They actually sold more copies than Claire Obscure Expedition. But they've been out for years in early access, so his numbers will skewed. Also, look at this. This happened in a week. They made $100 million in a week. That's insane. And this is just Steam. They're on PlayStation and Xbox also. It's nuts. I don't even know what Tower Unite is. What is this? Man, everyone's playing Blueprints also. I don't even know what it is. Forever Skies. Finn was playing this. All right, Anyway, welcome in. How was Dinkum today? Do you have anything you'd like to share? You know the redwoods that are native to Cali and Oregon, but the metasequoia is native to a Chinese province. Get wild with your redwood economy of nondescript geological region. What is the metasequoia? Is that real? Metasequoia. Whoa, that's a funky tree. Aaron, the whole reason of today's stream is all based on what you said. You said, "Why isn't your game released yet?" And I was speechless, absolutely speechless. And what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to take a step back again. I keep doing this every 6 months. I take a step back, and I try and figure out everything I need to do to finish this game. And I think one of the things holding me back right now is that I'm just lacking the story. I haven't thought out the story to a point where I can implement it. I've only like kind of roughly considered it in my head. Just do it. Yeah, I'm trying. Got a raid and run, can barely stop the yawns, but have a good stream. Arya, have a good night. And thank you again for the raid. Ghibli, how are ya? So big box company, right? They got ambitions. The town sale and the national decommissioning. How do you spell decommissioning? It's not a word. The demolishing of the national forest and the selling off the town. These are the two things. It's possible that there being two things is already a red flag. Do I really need to be telling two stories? I feel like there's a symbiotic relationship between the forest and town that exists. So yeah. Luke likes pizza. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. But yeah. Am I causing my own problems? Am I causing myself problems by doing this? Yes. Maybe one of these stories just isn't important. Maybe I actually don't do the selling off the town. Maybe the town is fine. And it's just all about the forest. I don't know. Or maybe it's, yeah, but the forest is I mean, they need their trees. They need their trees. So it's got to be about the forest first, right? Yeah, so maybe the selling off the town's like not that important. But how does running an inn help this? The thing is, I can think of ways to make the selling off of the town related to innkeeping. The demolishing of the national forest is more like the exploration game loop, and uh, it's like it's not a side quest. It's just like also going on. Maybe it's all about you and your pursuit of money. I mean, that's kind of it, but no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That's just it doesn't sync with me. I mean, what you do in the game is bolster the local economy of bringing tourism. Yeah. So that's why selling off the town, I can think of reasons. So like, okay, let's just explore some of these things for a sec. What does selling off the town mean? What I've decided is the solution is that to avoid selling off the town, the population needs to grow. That's one of the bullet points. The population needs to grow, and the local businesses need to expand, right? Mr. Zombie, how are you? Can you hire staff? Yes, you can hire staff. It's definitely an aging, dying town. That's part of the problem. So when people come to your inn, there's a few select characters that you can convince to move in. So that's one part of it. That's the population needing to grow. And then the local businesses need to expand it's kind of like my version of the community center, where it's a bunch of quests, collection quests to satisfy the businesses. I mean, I wrap it in like a story, quest system, not so much community center of just like plop it in whenever you get it. But it's pretty much what I'm doing there. Is the inn a money laundering front? No, it's not. So the demolishing of the national forest, let me explore this for a second. 1 second. What does this mean? The national forest is being demoted, and records of its status are being lost by the government. ... That is what's happening. Like, there's a new park ranger, and apparently word from above is that this isn't even a national forest anymore. And the reasoning why it was a national forest is gone. They don't remember. The documents that describe what made this a special place is gone. So it's your job to help the park ranger prove that it should stay a national forest, and that the box company can't move in. That's exactly what someone trying to cover up a money laundering front would say. It's true. That's very true. Ooh. Oh man. Champagne lunch. Never a good idea. So what do you need to do to avoid the removal of the national forest, we need to prove why the forest is special. That's kind of the rule of a national forest to begin with, is like, why do we need to preserve and conserve this land? Every national forest has like something about it that is worthy of protecting. What is worth protecting? Well, that's kind of the photo quest. Champagne lunch stream. Yeah. Scully, thank you for the hydrate. A burb. Yeah, just one burb. We can make a game to cater to that underserved niche of super cozy indie games where you play as a character who takes on a simple job far away from the stress of the big city, but it turns out they're super pro capitalism after all. Should I just change the whole game where you're the big box company and you're trying to infiltrate the town? The reddest of redwoods. So the boxes are tinged red. Yes, or tinged red. Yeah. They don't want no artificial coloring in our boxes. Only natural red wood trees. I gotta keep writing down these slogans. No artificial coloring in our boxes. Only beautiful redwood red. I don't know. 10 stream streak. What plants crave? I wish I had some. What was it? Brondo? What is it called? I think it was Brondo. So much talk of boxes and wood. God, careful. I'm here to relax in the city and turn this place into my very own cult. Okay. Avoid the removal of the national forest. Prove why the forest is special. What is worth protecting? And then maybe like work toward adding protections. Maybe like fencing and I don't know. Maybe maybe something in the caves. Maybe something in the caves relies on the redwood roots. Maybe. Maybe the roots reach down into the caves. And if the annoying thing is I know about redwood roots. They don't grow down, they grow out for stability. So maybe these are special redwoods that grow down into the caves, and there's like a crazy rare animal that lives off of I mean, maybe there's like, I don't know, what could it be? What could it be? What could it be that that would make this forest require protecting? Turgus, how's it going? I want the ability to make my inn a self-sufficient off-grid inn. I need you to design solar panels and composting toilets. But there's no toilets and you don't need electricity to run your inn. Today's lunch is tomorrow's breakfast. Ew. A unicorn. Yeah, maybe. Maybe there's like, yeah, rare. Someone said burb. Rare woodpecker. I don't know. Some kind of like glow in the dark glow-in-the-dark insects that live in the roots, in the caves. Maybe there's like 3 things. Maybe there's like 3 things you need to discover about the forest. And once you discover those 3 things, they're like, all right, we can't ignore this. This forest now needs to be protected. What would make this forest worth protecting? An Amazon fulfillment? Ow, my head. Oh, it hurt my head. Oh my god. That's so good. Because in reality, yeah, it's true. Oh, no, you don't have to stop. iHeart, thank you for the lurk. Are you implying everyone just craps their pants, lights? No, there's no bodily functions in Alpine Lake world. It's only input, no output. Listen, I deal with enough output every day with this dog. I don't need these characters in the game to produce output. Imagine drinking at lunch. Yeah, I know, right? I added a console to my game, so now you can add items with the words. I feel like a wizard. Oh, it's like a dev console. I'm like, you added like what? Like a regular Nintendo to some creepy hallway that you can play, and you put a game in the game? That's where my head went. That's funny. No fancy outhouse. I mean, you could build one. Maybe I'll add toilets as a decoration for no reason. Yeah, Turgis. 100% efficient. No waste. There's a GameCube here. Will you play it? All right. So I like this idea of like discovering the 3 things. And I have 3, there's basically 3 biomes, right? There's the outer world, the forest, there's the inner cave area, and then I want to do something with the lake. So maybe there's like a rare fish. Maybe if you find a certain fish, I mean, it's weird that you can keep it and eat it, but maybe there's a fish that you have to throw back. That doesn't make any sense. The Loch Ness Monster, yeah. And you just, yeah, that's something like that. Maybe. What's a third thing? Maybe it's some kind of geological phenomenon. Like, what's a geological phenomenon that the lake could have? Also, science, if you're still there, I need some kind of insect that glows in the dark and lives in the roots of trees in that grow down into caves. You can have protected species or just rich biodiversity in the area in general. Even if people eat them, it's worth protecting. Yeah, so maybe there is a crazy rare fish. Maybe there's a crazy rare fish. The lake has a nether portal. Yeah, that would be kind of funny. I just hit a quest in the in Oblivion. I'm doing a thieves. I joined the thieves guild. I got pretty far, and I'm at a quest where actually I don't know how to proceed. Usually they're all like just follow the arrow, go where you need to go, and you can kind of just blindly run at the problem. But I finally hit a wall where it's like the arrow leads me to a door that's like, this door requires a key, and nobody tells me where to get this key. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because in the cave where the door is, there's water that takes you really far down in the cave, and I was like so shocked when I found it. And it takes you into a little portal where there's a giant fish you have to kill, and then there's another little door that takes you out to the lake. And I thought that was so cool. Kilika, good morning. How are you? Help this man. He's talking about eating trees. No, he's not. All right. Well, I like this. So far, I got 2 things. So like one more geological phenomenon. Why can't I? There's no visible cursor. Geological phenomenon. Wow, spelled it right first try. Can you play this video? No, chest in my veins. Nah. Sorry, that's not a good way to introduce yourself to these fine people. I'm working on a bank holiday? No. No, that stinks. Today's a holiday here too. And I don't have off. I didn't have off today. My wife has off. I'm sorry you got to work. All right. Well, this is something. This is something. I didn't have this aspect of the forest storyline before. Now I do. That's great. Everything else I've kind of already had. But avoid selling off the town. What did I already have for selling off the town? I feel like I already had stuff. Panda Coder, how's it going? Posture check. Thank you. Hydrate. Thank you. I really need that. I need like a take Advil redeem. Jesus. Good morning. Good morning. I feel like I had something here. So Stella moves in, right? Stella moves into town. That kind of triggers what a lot of the story goes into. There's like town improvements. I might get rid of this stuff, the town improvements, except for the skiing area. Carlos needs help building more houses. Yeah. Yeah, we got to build houses so people can move in. Who needs to move in? A ski instructor. So there's someone who moves in that is a ski instructor, someone who's an architect, and someone who is a barista. Someone who will work for you as a barista. Maybe not. Maybe they work at the ski lodge. Maybe that's what happens. Or at the ski lodge. Like a hot chocolate person. And then we have, okay, that's right. Oh, I like this. I like this. I came up with this with my wife. She's very good at bouncing ideas around with me. So survey, there's abandoned homes. There's abandoned homes in the neighborhood and you have to survey them. So you'll go to these homes and you'll take photos of them and you'll bring back information to Carlos. And what Carlos decides is that like there should be like 6 homes. 3 of them can be restored and 3 of them have to be demolished. And one of the people that moves in should be an architect that can help rebuild or that can help restore the old homes. The rebuilding, Carlos can build old homes, but he doesn't know how to restore these. He doesn't have like the architectural knowledge of these old homes to figure out how to restore them. So there's someone who can move in that can like restore these old homes. And then a writer and like an art person, an artist who is like wants to open up like one of those small town art galleries. There's one in every small town. There's some kind of art gallery with local art. So someone like that wants to move in. And maybe a pottery shop. I'm not really sure about the pottery shop. But then once these people move in, this is kind of where I left off. It's like, what does this mean? Like once all these people move in? Well, I think this means once these people move in, then you can't really sell the town because the population limit goes up over a certain amount. That's kind of what the story is thus far. But now what? But like, where's the conflict? And nowhere. I have no bubbles here about big box company and the evil stuff that they do, which I kind of just describe that what they want to do is evil, and then they don't do anything until you reach a certain, capacity in the game. So I need to figure out like what can the big box company do along the way. And I have these like beats where once these three people move in, then maybe that's a beat, and then I can like I can trigger something. I can trigger something that's like, oh god, we need to move three more people in stat and make some money and I don't know, collect some items. Redeems don't trick at lunch for 1 point. Well, hindsight is 2020. Make his name Brett. Which character? The architect? Or the ski instructor? Or the barista? Or the writer? Or the artist? Which one? Then the big box company makes big spheres and claim they were never a big box company. That's quite the joke, Panda. Quite the joke. Oh yeah, these trees. I wanted to look at them again. These trees are crazy. They're huge. These trees are huge. All right. Oh, I'm exhausted now. I'm exhausted now. I wanna like rush toward an ending too. What are some evil things companies have done? What are some evil things companies have done that I can draw a reference from? Hmm. Help, I'm being so well behaved right now. I can't last. Scully, you're always well behaved. Oh no, my Oblivion just started and loaded up my save game. I know that feeling. I'm winding down on my Oblivion obsession. I played a lot over the weekend. They buy up other companies and then screw over the customers over the bought out companies for the sake of profit margins. And you just helped me realize what's going on. Maybe uh maybe one of the businesses in town is offered a ton of money from big box company, and they're considering selling, which will let big box company infiltrate the town a little. Oh, maybe you actually reach the population limit. Like you increase the population limit really fast, and then maybe the big box company tries to buy the businesses. Or maybe okay, scratch that. The first thing the big box company should try and do is infiltrate the business, the chamber of commerce. Maybe there's like some bylaws where if they own a majority of the Chamber of Commerce, then they can do that. They can do that kind of stuff. Although that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. This is where I struggle. Because if there's a risk that the companies in town, that the businesses in town will sell, then I have to write the characters to be, I don't know. I don't want any of the characters to have those aspects of their personality that they would consider selling to the big box company. So how do I make that a threat? Unless like they just keep throwing like millions of dollars at these tiny little businesses, and it's like really hard for them to not sell. Don't reduce big box BBC. Nah, I don't know what their name's gonna be. Maybe big box company becomes part of the Chamber of Commerce, and instead of trying to buy the other businesses, maybe they try to buy the other business and they all say no. They all are true heroes, you know? They're all that type. But the next best thing is for them to shut down the other companies. So they're the only, that's how they become the majority. They can try and shut down the other companies. And it's the little things that big box companies trying to do to shut them all down until they're the only ones left, and then they take control of the Chamber of Commerce. That's better. It feels a little better. Then all the characters can keep their altruistic personalities. Hmm. And that can all happen. This can just happen in like one cutscene. This doesn't have to be this like drawn out thing. The idea that they join the Chamber of Commerce. That's just one cutscene, one conversation. Yeah, I just want to be quick about it. Just want to keep it quick. One little moment, one little story moment. Chess. I'm sure you did. There's lots of cool videos on YouTube. I generally encourage sharing here, especially if you're working on something. I don't encourage sharing of random links, especially from first-time chatters. So that's, just be careful of that. This is a dev channel. What I like is I like it when people share what they're deving, what their projects are, cool stuff that they're doing, making, whatnot. The cool Fanny. You've created a homeowners association. I know. There's a Discord for stuff like that. That's true. There is a Discord that you can join where people share random stuff. I posted. I don't know if anyone remembers the other day. Someone mentioned Moo's tail, and then I picked up. He was on my lap, and I picked up his butt to show that he had no tail, and it just showed off his butthole. And I posted that clip to YouTube, and I titled it 18 plus NSFW. Do not click this. Do not watch this clip in all caps. And the watch percentage is like 115%. Like the average view percentage is 115%, which means on average people watched the whole thing plus a little extra. But YouTube only showed it to like 15 people and will not push it to more people. Clickbait works. No, it doesn't work. YouTube won't show it to people. Like 15, I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know how they judge whether or not to push it to a certain amount of people, but usually it feels like even my worst clips get shown to like 300 people in their feed. But yeah, YouTube is like not showing this to anyone. I'm watching it on loop now. Big Box Company is the HOA for the homeless. The homeless owners. What? My shorts are so random. It's like 3 views, 4 views, 1.5K, 7, 0. Yeah, it's kind of how it is. I just don't understand. I was noticing like a minimum where YouTube Shorts would go to a certain amount of people. But then lately it's been a little more random. Like it was very consistent, like just like 400 views per per short. That's it. 400. It goes to 400, and then YouTube goes no more. 400, no more. And then some hit nicely, but now I'm noticing more variation. Do you get my comments on your shorts? Yeah, I've seen them all. I usually click like on all of them. I'm pretty bad with like responding. Some people on social media are so good at responding to every comment on every piece of every post, every video. What I'm really bad. Usually it's just like I like that. I like I like everything, but I don't have the mental capacity to just like straight up respond to everything. Stop drawing on his shorts. No, please draw all over them. I don't think you should have to respond to everything. A like is more than enough. But you definitely see on Twitter and Blue Sky, there's like a cadence to a post going like getting pushed a lot and doing well, and the poster responding to every comment in like a super happy like thanks blah, blah. And I'm not saying it's disingenuous. I'm just saying it takes a lot of mental energy to do that, to uniquely respond to everybody. That's more than just a thank you, like a thoughtful response. And I rarely have that energy. Rarely. I barely have enough energy to post something and then, to respond to all the comments on it. I'm not saying I get a lot of comments, but every once in a while. Every once in a while. I do feel obliged, but I do it with a genuine feeling. I try. If there's something worth saying, I'll say it. Oh man, I'm exhausted. I responded to a few thousand reviews on Google Play and people were surprised by it. That's a lot of responses. That's nice. That's nice of you. Okay, so what are the things that I just said that were new ideas? I believe the big box company is trying to big box company offers to buy all the businesses in town one by one. Everyone declines. Big box. I'm about to reduce them to BBC. What do I do? What do I do? Big box company pivots and joins the Chamber of Commerce in an effort to shut down the other companies and become the major stakeholder. Stakeholder? I got steak on the brain. They even gave 5-star reviews saying, haven't played the game, but I like how you reply to people, so here's 5 stars. Wow, that's pretty nice. In my opinion, it's worth it, especially at the beginning because you stand out from all the fake auto-generated corporate responses. Yeah, yeah. I think if you have the capacity to do that, it's great. I didn't even know. I think I responded to one review on like my first game on the iPhone store. Just one. Because they basically like asked the question. They're like, "Where are you?" And I was like, "Here I am. I'm right here." So now what I can this is perfect. This is perfect because before I was like trying to think of every business and how they can independently improve their business, and how you can help them improve their business. But now what I can do is I can create silly scenarios on how big box company is trying to undermine the other companies. Like okay, so we have the 5 businesses in town. There's the diner, the hardware store, the garden shop, antique shop. There's 4 businesses in town. I'm gonna try and spitball some ideas about how the undermining. So this is like big box company undermining operations. How can the big box company undermine the operations here? Um, and how can we help resolve this? So without being too precious about these ideas, I just want to spitball. Just like what about what? How can you undermine a diner? You can fake reviews. You can place fake orders, fake delivery orders to waste their time. You could uh, well also this fake reviews is kind of broad. What's more specific? Like lie about bad food, lie about getting sick. Um, you fake an injury. You can do this at any business, I guess. Fake an injury. Maybe that's a different one, different store. The getting sick thing is kind of more funny. Also, oh, ads are coming up in 3 minutes. I'm gonna take a short break. I'm gonna throw the ads on now, and I'm gonna get some more water, maybe take an Advil, and I'll be right back. Yeah, hang tight, everyone. Hello, I'm back. Scusi. All right, let's keep spitballing ideas. How could we undermine the hardware store, garden shop, and antique shop? Well, the garden shop is for some. Maybe someone's sneaking in and clipping all the plants, like clipping the flowers off of the plants. Someone is sneaking in, or someone is destroying the plants. Plants are being destroyed. We don't know who. We don't know why. This is where I have a hard time committing. Like I could just say a person is destroying the plants, but my inability to commit to something made me have to rewrite that 6 times to make it as generic as possible to make that future Andrew's problem. Iron Dragon, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Random question: what software is this? This is Obsidian. It's a free Obsidian. I forgot I did that. It's Obsidian. I have this on my phone. I've yet to open it. It's good. It's good. It's a nice notes software. I wouldn't put it on my phone unless I paid for its ability to sync between devices. I think that's a paid feature. The free feature is everything's local. Or did they make that free now too? Obsidian just did something weird where they shuffled around their price tiers. I forget what they did. All right, what else can be undermined at a garden store? Maybe some plants are growing. Maybe some seeds are weeds. Here we go again. Seeds are being replaced with weed. Wait, no, weed seeds. This is tricky. Just call things weeds. Invasive plants? I don't know. Weeds are growing in all. No, that's part of destroying. It could be part of that process. What else? What else can be undermined? I mean, the product is plants. I'm not sure. But the plants are, maybe I only need one, you know? I don't need a lot. The antique store. What can be undermined? Uh Maybe someone's sneaking in and replacing the antiques with replicas. And he's like greatly offended by that. And you can't really sell a replica for as much as you can sell the original for. Someone is replacing replicas or replacing original antiques with replicas. Let's see. Oh, I have one. Someone is opening the windows at night, which lets in too much moisture and humidity. And it's just destroying the wood. See, these are the kind of pretentious, silly scenarios that I like. No, Mr. Zombie, it's not about being cold. It's about letting in the lake humidity at night. It's destroying the wood. I try to keep a well kept. Or what is it? Climate control? I need proper climate control for the truly special pieces. I don't know. Just I need proper climate control. I require proper climate. There we go. I require proper climate control. There we go. Someone has been breaking in through the window at night and licking the soles of ew. That first of all, that wouldn't close a business down. I'm trying to figure out how can big box company undermine the businesses in town. That is just gross. That's just gross. This sounds like a job for Scooby and the gang. Yeah. I just got back, but I hope that suggestion fits. Not quite. Not quite, but close. Close. Yeah. No, it's all good. I like how you came in hot though. Like I need that kind of energy. So I need ideas on how big box company is undermining these other businesses. Maybe use it elsewhere. Maybe someone's sneaking into the diner and licking all the food and leaving notes that say, I licked all this food. Why wouldn't they just throw it out? Put that in the maybe pile. Okay, how about this one at the hardware store? Someone is sneaking in. So someone's always sneaking in. See, I got to think of other things. The problem with like these quests around people sneaking in is like, how am I going to catch them? Go there at 3 in the morning. The day ends at midnight. I can't really have the characters staying up too late, and everyone's walking around anyway. So I need other ways. Maybe at the hardware store, like someone's for some reason all the 2x4s are they're 2x3s and I can't sell these planks of wood because they're the wrong sizes. They're giving out too many boxes and they have no reason to sleep. Wordstone, how's it going? Someone started a rumor. Cog. I used to work at a hardware store. That would be a great place to get quests, as every member of the community brings small problems there. Cog. Then you might know the task. So what I'm trying to do is there's a big company. There's a big company called Big Box Company, and they're trying to undermine all the local businesses because they want them to shut down. How could Big Box Company undermine a hardware store? What can you do to undermine and try and close down a hardware store? I mean, maybe the like all the nails are being replaced with like plastic nails, so nothing's secure. I was thinking the 2x4s can all be 2x3s. Someone's cutting all the 2x4s into 2x3s, and you can't build a building out of 2x3s. Jojo Cola. Exactly. Maybe a big box company brings in termites. That'd be horrible. Maybe the hardware store's supplier of hardware of like nails is maybe like the supplier is refusing. I don't know. This is getting complicated. It needs to still live in this like gamey Alpine Lake world where it's everything can be solved with money, a coffee, or checking a guest in. This might be a futile exercise, but I think it's necessary. They block road access. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, that would affect all the businesses. That would affect all the businesses. So maybe the bridge is out. Maybe there's like a bridge. Maybe the train goes. Yeah, the train can stop coming. But then the train, that means your guests stop arriving. There's really only one way into Alpine Lake right now, and it's the train. Does that mean I need another way where I can pretend there's like commerce in and out? Rubber nails would be funny. Yeah, someone's replacing all the nails with rubber nails. They send a herd of dads in the store instructed with driving the customers out with bad dad puns. Ah. I mean, I like that. I like the herd of dads. They just won't leave. They just won't leave and they just want to talk about their projects. Let me think of a hardware quest I just got up. Well, good morning. I think I was inspired by all the thieving quests in Oblivion because they are like fetch quests, but there's some kind of intricacy to um, learning about the behaviors of the NPCs, and that is part of the quest. And I can incorporate like where an NPC is and make a schedule for an NPC that you have to figure out in order to solve these quests. You know, you're always inspired by like what you're currently doing. So I do like this route of like, oh, maybe there is another kind of quest. It's not a fetch quest. It's not, you know, get enough money quest or go find like forage quest. It's more like a learning. It's more like a it's like a puzzle. It's like a puzzle. Figure out when to talk to someone. You know, it's pretty much it. Go to this location at this right time. That's the quest. I like the dad's one. You can clear them out by changing the thermostat. I installed the next experimental branch of Unreal Engine yesterday. What's next? I had to learn to not just hack and slash when stealing something. It was boring at first. I love that. I like it more. It worked first try and took ages to compile. What is it though? I had a side hustle at the hardware store and hung shelves and shit for customers. Unreal 5.6. Oh, you mean I thought like Nex was some new plugin or something, like Megalites or something. Go to location, cast frenzies, sit back and enjoy. Yeah, I mean I don't want it to I don't want it to influence the game too much, but I just want to explore that option of like maybe I do let the character stay up past midnight one night, you know? Maybe it's a set thing. Like when midnight hits and you have this quest active, it says like, you know, stay up. So, I don't know. I don't know. Because I want it to like be you sneaking around town. And maybe it is about like not getting caught. But maybe that's not the game I'm making. Maybe I'm just being influenced by Oblivion in a bad way. Because that's what every quest is. Stay up till 3 in the morning, sneak around, do the thing. Or at least that's what the Thieves Guild has taught me. After midnight, the player turns into a gremlin or a goose. And then it's just Untitled Goose Game. I just need one little thing. One little thing. Or maybe the hardware store is not being undermined. I don't know. Maybe the hardware store Maybe he came back and offered the hardware store like $1 million. Like, I will give you $1 million or like $5 million for your business, and like you gotta like talk Carlos through it because he's like losing his mind. No, I don't like that either. Maybe it is just like classic. No undermining. And you just got to help him bolster his business. Maybe he needs new suppliers to expand his business. Maybe expanding his business requires new suppliers. And one of the suppliers is a guest that comes to your inn, and you hook them up together to help better Carlos's business. But the big box company is offering the supplier, maybe the big box company is getting in the way of this deal, and you have to work around that. Maybe that's the big undermine. Yeah, okay. A new supplier is apprehensive about selling gear to Carlos. And then, this is perfect because I've been thinking about how to expand the merchant's wares. This is perfect. Maybe Carlos has a certain amount of stuff for sale, and then once you figure out this quest, once you get this quest solved, bam, new supplier, new stuff for sale. I love that. Feedback into the loop. Maybe Carlos is selling supplies to the big business, and you have to convince him there is a place for ethics in capitalism. I like that, but maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's selling to someone and he doesn't know it's them. Maybe someone came in and was like, I want to buy a bunch of stuff, but he didn't trust them at first. And then he asks you to like investigate this person, and then you learn that this person is from big box company. And then Carlos is like, I knew it. I knew something was up. And he doesn't want to sell anything to big box company. New supplier, expand the shop. Yeah. Feels good. There's some ideas that just feel right. And that idea, this feels right because it solves multiple problems. It solves like how to progress the shop's stash and how to progress the story at the same exact time. And that's symbiotic. It's perfect. It's beautiful. So new supplier is apprehensive about selling gear to Carlos. New supplier is a guest that you convince. Big Box Co. is evil, and please sell to Carlos. And then someone tries to buy large quantities of stuff. Carlos seems suspicious. You investigate the person, and they're from Big Box Co. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Better to inform than convince. Maybe you need evidence. Maybe they're supplying to the enemy could work for a different business in town. You mean like they're trying to buy up stuff from the garden shop, and the garden shop learns and tricks them and sells them like terrible products? Or like where the diner feeds them expired food and they all get sick? Oh, that's not what you meant? Because I like that idea. Like they asked for gluten-free bread, and maybe I didn't search. No, that's actually very bad. It's so bad. Evil. What time is it? It's 2:10. Okay. There's some ideas here. Some ideas here. What I think I need to start doing also is grabbing the story-driven guests into this and seeing how they fit. And how they fit will feed back to the progression of the game, really. Like maybe they're claiming they plant so many trees and they're secretly buying them from the local shop under fake name, and the garden shop would never knowingly sell to them. So you need to take a photo evidence. So photo evidence of them doing what? Planting trees from the garden shop? Maybe the garden shop sells them a fake tree and they plant fake trees everywhere. That'd be kind of funny. Like every day someone comes and buys a tree and says they're going to go plant it somewhere. But I keep selling them fake trees. That's kind of funny. That's a very Vic thing to do. Like, oh, I knew right away that they were from the company. So they've just been planting fake trees this whole time. Go take a photo of they've been sharing photos of all the trees they've been planted. Can you go take a close up of the trees? And maybe like maybe there's just a guard, not a guard, but like there's an NPC there that tells you go away and you can't reach the trees, but maybe, you know, when you level up your camera, you can reach those trees and finish that quest, something like that. Something planting the evidence. Yes. Okay, this is I like this kind of storytelling. Planting the evidence. Vic is selling fake trees to big box company. They are trying to buy them in secret, but she knew it was them. You need to photograph their fake forest. Where would this fake forest be? Where would this fake forest be? I'm not sure. Maybe there's like a one-off zone. Maybe you travel to this zone and it's like a separate area that I just spin up just for this one quest. That's a lot of work. It's not very modular. Nah, they don't have a headquarters. Somewhere that sounds fake, like New Jersey. Yeah, that's the thing. They don't have a headquarters in the game. Maybe they should. Maybe somewhere in town they're like building a headquarters, but who cares if they're planting trees around their offices? This has flaws. This has flaws. Maybe there's a portion of the woods already deforested with little fake trees in perfect rows. Yeah, but they're not technically in the forest right now. Or maybe there is. Oh, okay. Oh, freaking perfect. Perfect. There's a zone I haven't made yet. There's a zone I haven't made yet that is the timber forest. And in the timber forest, the whole point of that area is for you to plant trees and they grow extra fast there. Okay, this is a problem because the whole point of this area is so they grow really fast so you can harvest them. So how is that different than them? there is a practice of sustainable forestry. Like this there is a practice of growing sustainable forests for timber. Like it's not I'm not against like cutting down every tree in the world. Okay. 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 So this is gonna be interesting. I like where this is going. So there's a zone, right? There's a zone. It's above the pond. It's the timber forest. Timber forest. Maybe this is actually where their headquarters is. Maybe they've been this isn't part of the national park. This is outside of the limits of the national park, but you get to it from within the national park. Whatever, who cares? They are allowed to be here. They are allowed to be here. There's trees, right? There's trees. Oh god, that was a terrible tree. That's a terrible tree too. There's trees, right? Let's group it. Group. Oh god, what have I done? What have I done? I went in some weird view. No, get me out of here. Back. Okay, we're back. Maybe they have a building here. Maybe they have just like a tent. Some kind of tent. Temporary tent setup. They have a temporary tent setup. Big box company. The BBC. BBCO. It's BBCO. BBCO. And you're not allowed in. Maybe you're not allowed in, but there's a secret entrance from Paul's cabin. Secret entrance. Secret entrance. Secret entrance. And this is going to be my kind of off limits area where if you get caught, you get kicked out. Kind of like the gardens in Ocarina of Time, or basically any game where you have to sneak around. And maybe there's like a photo shoot set up over here. Like these are the fake trees, right? These are the fake trees. And maybe it's set up like a photo shoot with like not a green screen, but like maybe there's like some kind of backdrop. Maybe there's like some kind of backdrop, right? With like pictures of trees and fake trees. Right? And you have to go in and photograph this and prove that they're doing this. You have to prove that it's bullshit. Like fake Disneyland backdrop, right? Right? Let's finish. And we need a little happy sun. And some happy little mountains. I love this idea. I love this because it just adds some more interest to this zone. So yeah. Oops. So yeah, this is like a little photo shoot. I don't want to overlap this tree. You got to photograph the fake photo shoot. And then maybe when you drive them out, you drive them out early on and you get access to this magical forest, where trees actually grow pretty quickly and you're able to harvest them over and over. Or maybe I get rid of that whole harvest trees idea and and this is just their headquarters and you can visit them. You can technically visit them. All right, I've been ignoring chat because I was so excited about this idea. And a big sign that says, "You're welcome." I didn't see that. That's good. They're bad because they do it more successfully. That's true. Oh, that you're in response to like you also deforesting the area. They're bad because they have Darth Vader cut down the trees with a lightsaber. I see a lot of those temporary construction trailers. Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be like a trailer. Not a tent. It's gonna be those like temp trailers. Bado, thank you for the hydrate. Mm. Flat tree cutouts. Yes, cardboard cutouts of trees. Yes. Yes. Well, no. It's gonna be the fake trees sold by. It's gonna be the fake trees sold by Vic. That's what it's gonna be. That. It's an interesting twist with the fake backdrop. I think that's a good reward that the trees grow faster there, and funny irony that they don't realize it, what they had because they didn't bother planting any real trees. Yes, yes, I heart. That's good. That's good. That's good. So they never even tried. They never even tried. If only they would have planted a real tree. Oh my God. If only they would have planted a real tree, they would have realized this was a magical area where trees grew super fast and they can harvest them all day long. It's beautiful. That is beautiful. Okay. This is good. This is good. I yes, this is hard for me. This is very difficult. I'm glad you're all here. Thank you, I heart. And everybody. Okay, it is 2:30. I mean, I've been going for 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's 5:30. I got dinner in a couple hours and I still have a headache. I took an Advil, but I still have a headache. So I might wrap up. This was a lot of interesting developments. This has been one of the last zones that I haven't figured out. I'm really glad that now there's like a headquarters for the evil company. It grounds them, it gives them presence, an evil presence, and I think it's cool. Maybe I don't even need to do the secret entrance. Maybe you're allowed to go. No, you can't be allowed to go there. No, not if we're going to do this whole lore about the fake stuff. Or maybe you have to, okay, maybe you can come here, but access to the tent. Maybe you can't access the tent or their trailer until you somehow gain access to it. I'm not sure. And then you find this inside. Maybe this is inside the trailer. Okay. Well, I'll keep thinking about it. I think the secret entrance thing is maybe the secret entrance is just a secret entrance to the trailer. Like maybe someone in town, maybe Paul sold them the trailer and he's like, "Oh yeah, you can get in that thing. You just go in the back." And you just go in the back and there's another door. All right. We're going to raid out. We're going to find someone to raid. Did you make reservations? Yes, of course I did. Cog. Who do you think I am? What's for dinner? Mexican. Cinco de Mayo, baby. I get some Mexican food. Also, this is not Kilka anymore. How would you gain access to the trailer? You're like, yeah. So someone in town's like, oh, I know how to get in there. It's easy. Where should we raid? I'm gonna raid Adam C. Eunice. He's always raiding me. He's always bringing his hundreds of viewers here, and well, pay the favor. Pay the favor back. Everyone, thank you for hanging. If you haven't wishlisted Alpine Lake yet, please do so. Let's do some credits. Let's raid. New followers: Iron Dragon, Chess in My Veins, Lucas Likes Pizza, Jibbin 007, and Zandinoa. Thank you for the new follows. Finn, thank you for the 1 year resub and for modding. Balint, Aria, thank you so much for those raids. Yeah. Hope you all had a good weekend. Hope it being Monday morning for most of you is not too depressing. And we'll do this week right. We'll do this week right. And thanks for hanging, everybody. Really is helpful. Writing story is difficult for me. So appreciate it. Bado, have a good one. I heart Cog. Foul. Did I miss the entire stream? Yeah. Shout out to Foul for missing the entire stream. That's okay. Ghibli, thanks for hanging. Zabdrog, I missed your hello. I'm so sorry. Hello back. Mr. Zombie, Kilika, everybody. Take it easy, and I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe. Probably. Maybe. But yeah, peace out. Have a good one.